Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Hope you're all having an amazing day today. My name is Lex and welcome back to one of the last few 3D tuning videos we're going to be doing on this channel. I just want to get all the ideas out of the way and then we can move on to S-Tuner, which I know a lot of you guys have been asking for, so I'm definitely going to be getting onto that. But today I want to look at some of my favourite Toyotas that at least are on offer inside of 3D tuning. Sadly, there wasn't some of the cars that I would have liked, like a Mark 1 MR2, a Toyota Cressida, things like that. However, we do have some really cool ones on offer, and I've selected 3 of my top ones from this selection, and we're going to be modifying them in today's video. So the first car is this one, of course, the Supra, the 1998 Supra. So let's start off with that. Now, before we start, there are going to be some comments and questions featured on the video. These are comments and questions featured from the previous video. If you would like your comments and questions featured in next video, you can leave them in the comments section below. And don't forget, you can follow me on Twitter at Figureight. Links for that are in the description. Let's get on with this then. Let's just start off with our front bumper. So we have our standard front bumper. Then we have this one. Do you know what I'm going to do first of all? I'm going to change the background because this background is incredibly white. And then I'm going to change the colour of the car too. Okay, so I'm going to change the exterior to something just a little brighter so we can see what we're doing. So we're just going to go for a nice deep red because I really couldn't see the details. So on the front bumper we have this one, which I'm not really a fan of. This bit here between the end of the bonnet and here is just too big in comparison to the previous one. Which is, please don't tell me that's going black. Why is that going black now? Oh god, okay, this game does have some bugs. I'm going to be pointing this out constantly, I feel. So we have this one, which again, look, if we compare, if we compare it, this gap between here and here is a bit smaller than this one, which is why I don't like this one. I don't like how this looks. Then we have this one, which it looks like let's just go to all car and let's just change this to red, as I don't know why the hell all these new parts are coming out black. This makes no sense whatsoever. Okay, there we go. So there is that one. Then we have this one. Now it's all coming out in red again. That's cool. Then we have this one, which I'm really not a fan of, or this one here. Is there any more than that? Have we just got 5? Is that our selection? No? Okay, there is actually tons of them. Okay, so let's go on to number 6. Okay, I'm going to start switching this color to blue because it's easier to click one button than loads to try and get back to red again. Then we have this one here, which doesn't look too bad. Then we have this one. And then there are so many of them. We have this one, which I quite like the look of, although I don't like these little bits at the bottom here. We have this one. Then we have this one. It takes so ages to load each of these up. There are so many of them. Should we actually just start looking at the bonnets, the bumpers, instead of like selecting each one? Let's just look at all of these. We're on to 11 at the moment in blue. Then we go up to 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh my god, look at them all. Ah, now this one, oh god, if I get this wrong, I'm going to get grilled. That one does look quite similar to the one that we had on Fast and the Furious, but actually, no, it doesn't look right. It doesn't look right, but there's some, I think it's that bit in the middle. That bit in the middle does make me, it does remind me of that, but I don't think that's right. But I've seen it before. I've just, these ones, some of them I recognize kind of, but not really. That one I really recognize as being from something. Ah, it's the Bomex kit. That might be why. I think I've just seen it in general because it's a Bomex kit, and you probably see that on quite a lot of Supras. Or the Duluck kit. I'm not really a big fan of either of those. I want to go for something quite basic. These are just ones that have got little splitters added to the bottom of them. Maybe we can go for 13. How does that one look? 13's not so bad. 13's not so bad. I think I can cope with that one. I think that one's quite nice. It's just a little bit added to the bottom. I think that's quite nice. I think we'll go with that one. So on the rear bumper, we have, what, another massive selection? Yes, all the way up to there. So let's start from the bottom. So we have the Duluck kit on the back. Not really feeling that exactly. Then we have the Bomex kit, which has got these big things coming out the side, or at least it looks like it from that picture. Apparently not, though. That's not too bad. I quite like that. I think that's alright. It's not too much deviation from the original that we see here. Not too bad. So then we have this one, and I recognize that rear bumper from somewhere. I don't know what, but definitely recognize it. Then we have this one. Something else. It does look quite familiar. Then we have this one. Not too much of a fan of that one. Not too keen on that one. Then we have this one. This one, which is just adding a diffuser to it, which I don't think really suits this car. At least those diffusers don't look right at all. Then we have like this one and that one. I don't think any of those are really that nice. I quite like the Bomex kit, although I don't like this bit sticking out the side. I think we might go for this one. Although I don't like that bit. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm almost sort of inclined to just go for the factory bumper for this one, because it just looks the nicest in my opinion. Is that gonna... Yeah, kind of... Yeah, I'm gonna keep it standard on the back. There's not too much from the front. It still sort of lines up with the sort of... Yeah, it still sort of lines up. Side skirts, so we have this one's the factory, then we have this one, which isn't too bad. I guess if we start getting these too big, they're not going to match on the back, and we'll definitely need one on the back. Whereas factory, we could get away with it. We can get away with, yeah, that sort of flows down there. I think that can work. But I think all of these are going to be too much. Yeah, these are all way too big. Oh, this one's not too bad. That's not too bad, but I feel like we should go with, what's the Bomex one look like? There's the Bomex. There's the Duluck. We could go for a full Duluck kit or a full Bomex kit or something like that, but I was trying to make this a bit more personalized. I might just go with the factory on this one and keep it like that. So there's our pretty kind of... Yeah, this is the problem. You guys say I don't have taste, but then when I try to do it what I have it like in real life, not much gets changed, and I feel like that's too boring for a video. So then we have this. I mean, we're not going to go for those. Let's just go for the factory. On the tail lights, it's just going to be smoked again. Not much in the way of options. Surprisingly, considering the amount of body kits that we had for this. Top lip spoiler. Again, I quite like... Oh, no. That's the top, isn't it? None of these are going to work. These are all going to look absolutely awful. Yeah, okay, we're not going to worry about any of those. On the spoilers, well, we have this factory one, and then we just have a bunch of customs. These aren't too bad. I mean, this car just generally... I mean, that's a bit high, but something like that, this car does generally suit that sort of spoiler. Some of these do look a bit small, though, in comparison. I don't like that. I don't like that. Don't really like that. That's a bit too thin. Don't really like that. I think I'll go with that one. Do you know, I kind of just like the original. I can't... This is the problem. I would probably just have an original Supra with probably just this little bit, just a little lip kit. It doesn't need much, because this car is just a beautiful car as it is. I mean, this is the bonnet. We could have one with all these sort of vents and stuff. It might make sense to have some more airflow for the turbos or whatever, but I'm going to go with the factory options. It just looks the best. These are all these sort of gross add-on ones. I mean, they look awful, so we're not going to worry about any of those. Let's go back to the hood. It didn't register. There we go. It's kept that black. I'll leave that for a minute. Side mirrors, well, these generally I don't really have an eye for side mirrors, but I think these ones being attached here don't look anywhere near as good as them being attached to the door. The door keeps it nice and low, which I like, so I'm going to keep it on standard. Roof scoops, again, these aren't going to look right. These are all just going to look generally quite weird for this, so no, not really a big roof scoops fan, and that leaves us with just the vinyls. So body shaving gives us what exactly? It takes rid of, what was that bit on the side that it got rid of there? Okay, that was the door handle, and I guess the lights, not the lights, or maybe the brake light, let's see. I mean, that isn't a look that's too weird, because a lot of people do that to their Supras, but do you know what? I just like having a car with all the badges on. It just looks so much nicer. So I think I'm going to be boring again, and I think this is just testament to just how great the Supra looks as standard. I'm keeping that there, but I will give it a little bit of a lower down look, just a little bit of a lower stance like that, not too much. I think that's all right, and we'll definitely change up the wheels. Hopefully we'll find something. We'll give it a nice little tint as well. Right, let's go to our wheels, and let's see what we can find, or probably not, as they're probably all going to be awful. So these are the two factory options. So we have this one, and then we have that one. I've never really been that big on the Supra wheels. They're very 90s. They're very smoothed, and never really been a big fan. But none of these wheels are really that great. I mean, those wheels actually, they don't look too bad on this car. They don't look too bad. We've got these ones here. These aren't too bad. We've got these ones, which aren't too bad either. What have we got? Some 5-spokes. These are 50... I don't even know what company they are. We've got some Borbay A's. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've actually seen a Supra on Borbay A's, but it didn't look that great. It looked a bit like a lost Golf, like someone had stolen the wheels from a Golf somewhere. We have these drag... Oh, see, now they suit a Supra. As a proper drag... Oh, we've got some nice drag wheels here. These are interesting. I would love to see a Supra on those in real life. I wonder if anyone's done that before. Okay, there are some interesting things here. We've got some Bonneville things. We can make a proper drag-looking car here. They're quite nice. They're quite nice. ATS Classics. I mean, that looks wrong. That looks wrong. Do you know what I think I might go for? I might go for... Where are they? These ones here. The Illumistar Drag Race. I think I've definitely seen some Supras in my time that had these wheels. All very similar wheels when they had it in a sort of drag setup. So I think we'll do that. And we'll just do a little bit more low on the suspension to kind of... There we go. Do you know what? I quite like that. Let's just change the colour up as well. Let's get a glossy. Oh, that's going to do all that, isn't it? Oh, dear. Is that just... Oh, okay. That was a terrible idea. Let's go to that. Or let's just go to all car first. And let's go to exterior. And we'll make this... what should we go for? None of these... Maybe a white? How does a white look? Yeah, let's go for ultra white on this one. There we go. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. And now for the wheels. The wheels we can make an interesting colour if we wanted, because it's white, so it sort of changes it. But no, I think black. I mean, that sort of gets rid of the detail. That's kind of cool looking. I think we'll just go for pure white. I think that looks all right. I think that looks all right. There were so many other wheels that would have fit this. I mean, let's just have a quick look here. Daylight. They work. These are sort of basic sort of wheels. I think they would work. What does this one look like? Okay, maybe not so much those ones. We've got some more drag wheels, very similar to the ones we used. Quite nice as well. Yeah, I think there's a lot of wheels that could look nice on a Supra, really. Including these. I think these look good. High Road, what do they look like? Some of these can work. Holstar. Not too sure on some of these, but some of them are alright. What's this one here? K1 Racing TS version. Do you know what? That looks nice. I think we'll go with that one. So there we go. That is the Supra done. Okay, so because I want to leave my favourite till last, let's now go with the AE86 because it is such an awesome car. Okay, here we are. So let's start off with the front bumper. I imagine I'm going to keep it standard. Let's just have a look. So we have this one here. Do you know what? That's kind of suitable. I've seen that on a lot of them. That looks okay. That one, still generally okay. Should I just go for a little drift? I don't know. I don't really have an eye for these modified. Again, so many cars. I just like how they look standard. And I feel like this is another one. So we have this one on the back. Let's just go for the full kit like this one. So we're going to go for that. And on the side skirts, I mean, it looks so wrong. It looks, oh God, I can't do it. I can't do it to this poor thing. We're going to have to go factory and everything. Headlights, well, we have these. We have them smoked, or we can have them down. I quite like how they look down, so I'm going to go for that. Tail lights, well, they're just going to be smoked or whatever. I'll keep those as that. Top lit spoilers are going to look awful. Yep, confirmed. Spoilers. Sort of, they could be functional, but probably not, so no. Hood, well, that's just going to look awful, so I'm not going to bother with that. Hood vents. No, they're all just going to look awful. Not going to bother with those. Side mirrors. These are all going to look awful. The pattern's sort of emerging here. I'm starting to realise that this is probably not a good idea to modify cars that I like in this game, because I just want to keep them standard, really. Roof scoops, well, these are going to look terrible still, so we're not going to have to worry about that. And then that just leaves us with vinyls and wheels and paint. Well, here we go. Wheels. This is going to be rather basic again, isn't it? Let's just go for here and see what sort of nice retro wheels we can find in this list. We have some Borbet A's, and I don't think this suits the car too much. These, they only look good on Golfs and stuff like that. Not something like a Japanese car. They never look right. So let's just go down. We've got some of these auto drags. I mean, they would look cool if they weren't chrome. Can I just click on them and make them not chrome? Would that be better? There we go. Oh, look at that. I honestly, I quite like smoothies. So that one does look kind of cool. Although it doesn't really suit the car. But I guess maybe there could be a theme there that can make that look good. But we're not going to worry about that today. ATS Classics. See, now ATS Classics can work. We can go for pure white. We can go for silver leaf. I mean, that's sort of getting rid of the black in the middle. Oh, I wish Can I just make that standard now? I haven't thought this through. Okay, so now I'm not going to get that color scheme. I'm not going to bother with the ATS Classics. That's actually a wheel where the white and the black, or the silver and the black, actually work. That's one of the very few, in my opinion. Nope to none of these. We can go for the Dakars again. Yeah, they work, Dakars. I mean, those sort of steel wheels are a wheel that I think suits quite a lot of cars just in general anyway. Ah, here we go, look. Yeah, should we go for some of these? I mean, sadly we can't have the black on the underneath bit, but I guess we could make it silver or black or something. Oh no, black doesn't really work, does it? Green? Racing green? They don't work. They don't work at all. Let's just go for a dark grey, I think. Maybe that will work. Okay, let's just go for that. And then on the rest of the car, well, I quite like it like that. What does it look like? An ultra white. That's not too bad. Let's see what else we can get out of this. And it's going to change the wheels too, so we're going to have to change those again. Red is a nice colour for this car. I quite like red for this car. Green, not so much. Yellow, orange. I think we might just go for a red again, because I think these other colours, yeah, they don't look right. Should we just go for a nice red? Maybe a sort of paler red that's slightly darker, like a maroon colour? That's very 80s. That's very 80s. And I think that's a colour that can kind of suit this car. So I'm going to go for that. I'm going to go to the wheels. And although I quite like colour matching wheels in some aspects, not this one, I think we'll just go for silver leaf on this one. There we go. That's that done. That's not really how I would have liked it. But there wasn't really much to choose from in this. We can just pop the suspension down. There we go. Looking nice and low. That's proper sound to the ground. That's nice. That's nice. That made it a lot better. And a little bit of tinting. There we go. I think that's okay. I think that's okay. It's not exactly what I wanted to have done, but I think it works. Let's move on to the final one. And here it is. The MR2 SW20. One of my favourite cars of all time, and I can't really explain why. It's just, I am noticing that MR2 is not lined up. That's annoying me. I want that in the middle. Uh-oh. Okay, this might be bad. This might be bad for me. Some of you may know that I just absolutely adore these cars, and I've just noticed there is no wheel selection? There's no wheel wait, what? There's no wheel selection for this car. How is that how is that possible? How is that possible that there is no... Okay, we're just going to have to go with the standard wheels then. I knew this would turn out bad. I knew this wouldn't be how I wanted it to be. Well, okay, so we have these bumpers, which I don't really like the look of. Then we have these ones. I'm hoping for the Tom's kit, if we can. Okay, there definitely isn't a Tom's kit. So we have that one, or that one. Do you know, those are okay. I think we can cope with those. So, yeah, I think we might go for number 3. Like that. I think that could work. Okay, rear bumper. Well, none of these are all right, but I quite like that one. That's not too bad. That one again. Actually, no. I've decided no. I think we'll go for that one. I'm just so bugged out about that bit there, because that badge does not line up. This is completely bugged. Side skirts, well, we have this one. We could just, like, get rid of that, and then get rid of that bit. I don't really like any of those at all. Do you know what? I don't really like the front anymore. Oh, this turning out into a massive failure, because I just want it all just to look standard. Oh, if it didn't have the Tom's kit, which it doesn't, then I just don't really care. So none of these are going to work. No, that looks awful. These look awful. We can have that down, I guess. Spoilers are going to look awful. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yeah, I should have thought this through. I should have checked before we started, because I'm not really... Should we go for some... Oh, God. Well, okay, that's going to be the factory spoiler. The thing is, that is the spoiler. This is a Gen 3 onwards car. I wanted the Gen 2 spoiler. It doesn't even give us that option. I wanted the Gen 2 spoiler as the Gen 2 spoiler. It just looks better, in my opinion. It flows better with the back of the car. Sadly, we don't have that option. Hood vents aren't going to work. We could just have a look at one of these. I mean, oh, God, no. God, no. There's no engine under there. There's no engine. The bonnet on this car is at the back. There's the bonnet right there. I mean, what the hell's that about? Side mirrors, well, none of these are probably going to look right. Or maybe, in fact, these aren't too bad. They're not too bad, but they're still generally not that great. I'm going to go with the standard ones. Roof scoops again. Well, that's actually just sitting on top of glass, frankly, because that is a T-bar model. So that doesn't even do anything, because you could just take those off and get pretty much the same effect. So that's pointless. So that just leaves us with vinyls. What's body shaving going to do? It's probably going to make me cry. Okay, it gets rid of that. It gets rid of the badges. In this case, I'm going to do it so I don't have to look at that misplaced MR2 badge in the middle, because it's bugging me out. And yeah, let's just get rid of that. So I want to make this car be... let's go to all car, go to ultra white, as I love white MR2s. We're going to go for white. I think that looks okay. I think that looks alright. I'm starting to feel like I probably would prefer the factory bumper. Oh boy. Okay, what are these other ones? Do you know what? That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I'm just going to change it up. So we've got something on this, but it's not really what I want. None of these are really what I wanted, to be honest with you. There we go. It's those side skirts. The side skirts are just bugging me. I think... Oh, God. No. No. I'm going back again. I can't do it. I can't force myself to do it. Okay, on the rear bumper, we're going to go back to this one. And I'm going to make... Oh, we can't even change... I wanted to change just the colour of that bit there, but we can't even do it. It wants to do, like, that whole back bit there, which is not going to work. I just wanted to make that bit black. But no, we'd have to have it all black, of course, which it just looks awful. So we're going to go for that one. We can't even do the wheels. Let's just slam it down. Oh, boy. Yeah. Well, I wasn't really happy with that. There was nothing like how I wanted it to be. None of the wheels worked. There was barely any selection. I'm quite disappointed with how this one turned out. And this is kind of showing me why you guys don't like this and prefer S-Tuner. I get where you're coming from now. I really need to wrap this series thing up. So there we go, guys. That is it. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Oh, don't forget to let me know in the comment section which one of you, which one of the cars you prefer. I'm guessing probably none, because there wasn't really that much done over the standard one. In fact, I could leave that as the question. In the case of, for example, the A86, the SW20 MR2, although I do actually like some tuning things on this car, they just didn't have what I had, or maybe like the Supra, is there anything, do you prefer it to be standard, or do you prefer it to have all the big kits? I would like to know, because I actually quite like standard looking versions of these cars, really, more than most of the modified ones that I see, to be perfectly honest. But there we go, guys, that is it. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.